official for this game have been licensed and designed by the International Ice Hockey Federation. The referee of this game are Mikko Kaukonari.
In Herning, Denmark, it's a battle of two teams tight in the standings in Group B play. Germany enters with 5 points and just 1 win to their name for head coach Marco Sturm, whereas the Latvians have 6 points and 2 wins to their name for Bob Hartley. Elvis Merlikins, the goaltender for Latvia, off a 30-save performance. Latvia pushed USA to overtime to grab a point, and so the Latvians have points in 2 straight games now. As for the Germans, their lone win came against Korea. It'll be Niklas Treudel in the goal crease for Germany, who has really picked up the reins and enters off a victory, 25 saves in the win against Korea.
The Latvians have been getting the most out of their roster, and you can credit Bob Hartley for that. The Germans, they quite haven't got it together. And of course, they beat the Koreans, but in their first 2 games, losing in the shootout, for them, the Germans need to rectify the tournament by having a strong game here. I expect this to be a low-scoring affair, very physical, and we'll see which team has come to play.
Patrick Hager for Germany in the white, and Andris Gerrans for Latvia in the maroon. Germany starts. Yannick Seidenberg plays it ahead. Plachta weaves his way into the Latvian zone. Back behind the Latvia goal. Hager takes a look at Aisha Schmidt out in front, but pass goes wrapping around in the Latvia zone. Plachta turns, shoots, blocked away by Merlikins. Rebound looked like it was going to clear the Latvia zone. Redleys couldn't get to it. Yannick Seidenberg shoots and look out. That was a high rising puck that Galvich took right up in the face, and fortunately able to get the shoulder up in time. Galvich. Latvia having difficulties early in their own zone. Patrick Hager. After Freibergs with the steal, thought he was going to be freed up. Germany once again putting the pressure on. And now Latvia able to get the zone clear on a line change.
It's been a very encouraging opening shift for the Germans. They didn't start with their top line. It comes out now featuring Draisaitl.
Draisaitl with 8 points in the tournament so far. To the line, shot from the far point, doesn't get through. Cahoon works his way up the board, stolen by Balsers, looking to connect with Kennings. Free puck at center ice. It'll be Abels in, but offside goes Latvia. And Abels a little extra after the whistle with Corbini and Holzer.
Well, there'll be no love lost between these two nations. Germany has beaten Latvia 4 straight times. And if it's a showdown of top line versus top line, they're out there right now. Abels doing a good job using his size throughout this tournament.
Abels will stay put to take the draw. He'll re-drop it. Rodrigo Abels, 7th round pick of the Vancouver Canucks in 2016, has 4 points in the tournament for Team Latvia. Draisaitl now for Germany. Kennings nearly had a beat on the puck off the draw. Balsers will flip one deep. Treudel stays put in the German goal. Draisaitl, nice pass up to Cahoon, gain the Latvia zone. Kennings stays with him, throws a little hit on Corbini and Holzer, who saw that coming. Up the boards, Latvia trying to work out with it. Playing to Balsers, left wing side, and in, and a sliding stick play there to break it up.
The veteran Dennis Seidenberg takes the 2-on-1. His D partner, Corbini and Holzer, has committed at the blue line and allowed Latvia to get up ice.
Puck rolling towards the German goal. Treudel didn't have to make the save. That's one of the more dangerous lines for Latvia. And Seidenberg did well to get the stick in there on the 2-on-1 as the Latvians go offside.
The calming presence of Dennis Seidenberg, as his timing is perfect. Stretches out with a stick, knocks it right off the blade of Balsers, who's playing in his first World Championship and had a 2-goal affair against Norway in the opening game, scored in overtime.
What a winner that was.
Prettiest goals dangling right through 3 Norwegians, and then a one-handed finish.
Roberts Bukarts, the captain, wearing 71 for Latvia. Lost it. Callis sends it around for Germany. Bjorn Krupp looking to go up and out. Bukarts pressured him. Kicks back to the line. Freyberg shot off the glove of Treudel. And just wide on that trapper side. Treudel, who certainly hasn't seen a lot of pucks early on, trying to get into it, and got enough of it with that left hand.
He took over the net against the United States and just had such a fantastic game. They lost 3-0, but it was not because of him.
Richards Bukarts shoots from the slot, stopped by Treudel. Germany up ice. Pieta tried to sneak one through. Couldn't get underneath the Latvian defender. Yepilovs into the German zone. And Seidenberg able to deep past one. Coming back to get him was Raskos to put some pressure on. Moritz Müller up to center ice, kicking it. Sabulskis played right between the benches. Latvia able to spot that puck. They'll play it in. And Drossis chasing one down in the German territory. Pieta able to free it up. Work down low. Biederer in the Latvian zone. Freyberg spots a puck for Latvia. And Drossis once again to the front. And a stop by Treutler was a good one off of Redley's redirection.
Another odd man rush for Latvia. This time they do get the shot to the net. Smart net drive. But Treutler was down early. He was able to stop the redirection. A lost puck battle, and then the Germans are chasing. Just off to the side, and Dreysis is going to wait and try to get it slowly to the front of the net, looking for that deflection, which he gets. Redley's needs to get that off the blade. Just angle the blade a little bit more so it goes up. Instead, it's a left pad stop. And Treutler is into the hockey game.
Had a blast in Herning, Denmark thus far, with the fan bases taking over the town, and they really have their own neighborhoods. These would be two of the louder fan bases in Latvia and Germany. Kennens to the far board, stripped of the puck. Made some contact, and Ronald Kennens is living up to his role, being tough to play against for the Germans early.
That's a thunderous hit by Hager.
Cannon's in with a wrist shot from the right side. That's blocked in front. Hager, who is late on the play after taking a hit, starts a odd man rush for Germany. Hager straight across. And Mavis, who fell coming in off the bench, will play deep into the Latvian zone. Germany cycling up the boards. Latvia able to break that up with Sotniks.
Just the second game in the tournament for Mavis. Gangly defenseman can't get the shot off. 6'9", takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, listed as the same height as Zdeno Chara. And that's the gentleman turning to get the puck by the German net right now. One big boy is Mavis.
Hager, a thunderous hit right here. And this game is going to have more of a North American feel to it because of the coaches. Bob Hartley, obviously an NHL coach. Marco Sturm, longtime NHL player who'd like to get behind an NHL bench in due time.
Drawing Latvia, all the way down it goes. Richards Bukarts trying to reverse directions as he beat out the icing. Puck doesn't follow him. Germany gets a crack at it to clear their zone. Yannick Seidenberg up to Draisaitl and in. Ailitz down the left wing side to Draisaitl. Ailitz shoots and a right pad stop by Merzlikins.
Ailitz had a 2-goal game against Korea. And those two players playing with Draisaitl, Ailitz and Cahoon, they can absolutely wheel. And their job is to use their speed and then get the puck to Draisaitl.
Just onside is Germany. They say, nope, it's coming back at the line as Ailitz might have been just a skate lace ahead.
Marco Sturm, a former first-round selection to the San Jose Sharks back in 1996, ended his playing career playing for the Cologne Sharks in 2013. There's just a little bit of gamesmanship there after the whistle. I don't think that Yannick Seidenberg is going to bully anybody, but Kukart's the captain, is just trying to set the seed that if there's something afterwards, maybe there's the call.
Kukart's played in the Czech Republic. Did spend some time in North America with the Texas attack. And you're right, I think he was trying to play into the favor of the referees who decide to let that go. Keep the play moving forward. Maya for Latvia, puck bouncing. Difficult for Michaelis to pick it up. For Germany, Latvia resets. Steal. Germany moving in. Long wrister handled by Merzlikins. Rebound pushed away. Dennis Seidenberg shoots from the far point. And that is blocked. Latvia quickly up ice. Rasgals throws on the brakes. Has no support. Latvia changing. Newbolls to Tiffels. Dennis Seidenberg, the captain and veteran, over to Corbinian Holzer. Again in center for Germany, just onside. Newbolls, right circle, takes a look. Newbolls hangs onto that puck. Newbolls pressured by Zaric. Move to the far side, right back to the near side, and in the Latvia zone. Germany and Latvia scoreless. Not yet 7 minutes old. Big points on the line for both of these teams. Zaric will go for a skate. Whips one out in front off a skate. A redirect to the sideboards. Germany takes care of that. Cromer gets good positioning on the end boards. Tried to play it around to the far side. Picked up to the line. Troop shoots. Blocked by Obels, who turned on it. Latvia really trying to get bodies in front of their goaltender. Have already come up with a couple of shot blocks, Dave, as Eisenschmidt turns down the left-hand side, fires, and that's sticked away by Merzlikins, who then swats it a second time out of the air and had to get back to that blocker post in a hurry. As Germany trying to test him from an odd angle.
The Germans are the faster team to a man. The Latvians are comfortable defending in their own end. They don't chase too much, but when they do get the puck, and Abel's sticks breaks because of that shot block earlier in this shift. The Latvians like to send their players way up ice, and if it doesn't connect like that, they're back defending.
Germany with Hofflin at the line. Puck goes up and out, and it's a bit of a feeling out process early. Scoreless tie between Germany and Latvia in Denmark. Physicality has been an early storyline between Latvia and Germany, who are trying to separate themselves in the standings. Draisaitl will stay on to take the draw. Latvia, quick line change, brings back out Zaric.
Draisaitl's been very good in the face-off circle, has the most face-off wins of any team in Group B, 45 coming into the hockey game.
Redleys helps, gets the win for Latvia. Galvich in his own zone. Across. Zaric tips it in. Treutler. That puck rolling slowly, didn't actually have to play it. Germany hustling up ice. Cahoon makes one move, cuts wide, drops it off. Yannick Seidenberg shot into the top of the pads of Merzlikins. Big rebound, but Latvia able to skate that out of trouble. Galvich skipped one wide of the German goal. Drosses turns back with it. Helped by Teddy Blugers. Now to Galvich, some room, shoots, stopped by Treutler, who cut down the angle, no rebound.
Treutler just looking right down at Guntis Galvinch. As for one small moment, the Germans get chasing in their own end. That shot really wasn't going for any corner.
A lot of time and space given up by just blasting it at the net. But Galvinch, the defenseman, likely doesn't find himself with that much room often.
Might want to keep it low. If it goes into the chest of the goaltender, it's going to get stopped.
Draw win Latvia. Playing on by Balinskis. Blugers, far boards out of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Freed up after Pittsburgh eliminated from the NHL playoffs and a call at the line.
It was Sotniks, who plays the most of any Latvian player, as Kristaps Sotniks averages just over 23 minutes a night. As Bob Hartley is trying to keep his shift length short for his team. They always seem to be just holding on to the Latvians in games, but a surprising start to their tourney and being able to get the overtime win against Norway and then taking the Americans to overtime. It was a costly penalty, and the Americans went up 4-on-3 on the power play in OT. Kane to Gaudreau to Atkinson and in the net.
Latvia had a 2-1 lead in that hockey game. Lickens was great against Team USA. In fact, both goaltenders in this one have made a bit of a name for themselves in playing the Americans strong, and USA does lead Group B at the top of the standings.
That's a great point. A stand-up hit by Holzer. And I think Balzers is their best forward, has now struggled to go to the bench.
Keep our eye on the Latvian that has a pair of goals. 3 goals actually in the tournament. He's been big for Latvia in what they've been able to do, picking up points in 2 straight games. Slowly in. Puck rolled to the net. And a stop by Lickens. Doesn't like the extra little tap on the trapping hand after the fact.
Well, these teams know the importance of the points for this game. So it will be a scrum here and there. Here's Balzers, who's looking down at the puck, and Holzer, the sandwich right there. Balzers' stick breaks. He left it there, got to the bench. Holzer threw his weight around as well against Korea in that 6-1 win for the Germans. Balzer still being attended to. It was a hit to the head that brings the 10-minute misconduct for Holzer in that game.
No penalty on the prior play in this one, however. Jonas Müller. Now to Plachta at center coming in. Plachta for Germany. Here's Plachta into the corner. Shook off one, plays it back up the boards against the grain. Jonas Müller couldn't handle it. Mavis will defend his own zone. Back behind the net. Patrick Hoggard for Plachta. Run to the far side boards. Plachta to the line, well offside is Yannick Seitenberg, and Germany seems very calculated with what they're trying to set up, but both teams still looking for the game's first goal. Draisaitl gets the puck to go off the face-off. Helitz helps out from the German line. Moritz Müller will stop that play before it gets going with an icing.
Well, Helitz is attracting some attention after the news late April that Dominic Cahoon signed a 2-year deal with the Chicago Blackhawks. Eyes were turned into the 25-year-old Yasin Helitz. Been playing for the Nuremberg Ice Tigers.
Redley's off a draw win. Dropped for Indrasis on the far side of the German zone. Broken up. Yannick Seidberg rips one deep. Cahoon after it, near corner for Germany. Leaves for Helitz. Saw a hit coming, lost the puck, but Cahoon picks it back up in the slot. Swung and missed once. Will recover possession. Draisaitl working off the boards. Drops for Cahoon. Cahoon back down the boards. Draisaitl, Cahoon to the net, shoveling it, and then head first into the trapper post goes Cahoon, who is slow to get up to his own knees here. That was a pile driver into the post.
Well, his stick was being checked by Zaric. After an exchange in the corner, Draisaitl led him with a saucer pass. Cahoon had a step towards the net. He's just struggling a little bit. The quick stop-up move. The exchange with Draisaitl coming. And on the return, there's the stick. And so eventually his feet get taken out. There's nothing he can do but fall face first towards the goaltender and the post. No call. That's how if you want to defend without taking a penalty. At the end, it looks like a trip, but nothing at the goalie. And he's okay to the bench now.
Merzlikins in net for Latvia was the closest to the plate. Stepped out, said, "Are you okay down there?" Okay. Germany trying to beat Merzlikins now. And Michaelis had an opportunity. Physical play continuing here.
Yeah, Balzer's good news for Latvia. He's back out there wearing 21, chasing the puck for that heavy hit he took from Holzer.
Bobbles just got out of the way of a Dennis Seidenberg approach. Michaelis to center. He'll turn back. Germany changing. Puck work back to the Latvia zone. Sotniks takes a look, has some time.
You'll notice a lot of separation between the forwards for Latvia and their defensemen. So that pass up ice has to be precise and on the tape. If it's not, the Germans go the other way.
Slicing through is Richards Bukarts. Gets the puck back. Plays to the line. Shot didn't make it. Now Draisaitl could have a breakaway. Draisaitl working in and getting back in time to defend was Galvinch.
Rare to see Draisaitl wind up for a slap shot. Usually relies on a quick release.
Just onside of the Latvians. Looked like Blugers might have been a step ahead there. Play broken up. Germany the other direction. Pieta back in and right across the top of the crease looking for a redirection on the fly. Didn't get one. Trommer to his own zone. Handcuffed Moritz Müller, who goes after it. Latvia on a steal. Roberts Bukarts. Sabulskis in off the line. Sabulskis cutting back into the far corner, trying to drag the puck to the net. Still protecting, turns and shoots. Maybe grazed the blocker. Treutler on the way by, but stays in front of him. Germany working at the end of a shift to get that puck up ice. Splashed out a couple of times. Two Latvians move away. Nipolov's looking cross ice. We've seen both teams be able to put together quick rushes as Eichenschmidt lets one fly and nearly fooled Merzlikins as the goaltender able to swing the right arm up in time. Off a stick. That'll reach the netting. Off the blade from Patrick Hogger. Still nothing doing in Herning. Latvia and Germany. Both teams with plenty of hard work, but nothing to show for it just yet. As we get deeper into the first period, Germany will set up the Latvian zone.
Germany's spent more time in the offensive zone, but Verslikken's been very good at stopping everything he's seen.
Hager loses a draw. Dross's spin move at the line, plays it across. Zerinch on the end board. German zone. Germany ahead. Eisenschmidt cuts wide, shoots. Easy stop in the butterfly by Verslickens. Germany to that puck. Trying to work it back to the front. Eisenschmidt. Move to Seidenbergen off the line. Hager couldn't float one down the boards. Chopped that by Sotniks. Balinskis will move it, and Drosis wanted to hurry up pass at center. Germany clogged up the neutral zone, and Latvia will settle for a line change, but that's that stretch pass mentality you were talking about, Dave.
Well, all three forwards are in the neutral zone now for Latvia, and they're saying no icing.
Balser centers to Cannon's roaring in, and that was redirected. Up the other way. Draisaitl to the right wing boards, throws on the brakes. Dishes to a man off the point. Cahoon, who cuts him behind the net. Cahoon for Draisaitl. Sharp angle. Wanted one more move and lost control. Galvin picked his pocket and sends the puck out for Latvia.
The puck just rolls up when Draisaitl wants to shoot the ice. The conditions in the last 4 or 5 minutes of every period, the puck just never settles.
Blugers to Cannons. Trying to cut wide. Stealth move there by Yannick Seidenberg with one hand on the stick. And Seidenberg swings it ahead. Germany coming fast down the far boards. That rising shot nearly into the helmet of Verslickens. Latvia counteracting. Richards Bukarts brings them in. Drop pass and a wicked snapper from Roberts Bukarts.
That's the older of the two Bukarts. 71, the captain, the 27-year-old.
Roberts Bukarts down low. Freyberg. Freyberg leaves for Roberts. Bukarts shoots through a screen. That's blocked. Bukarts follows up, and a stop by Treutler down low. How did the German netminder spot that one? Freyberg leaves. Richards Bukarts shoots. Blockered away. Pretty good cycle and shot game for Latvia on that zone possession.
Well, the key for Latvia now is to follow up with another good shift. Some scoring chances. Treutler through traffic, able to stop a couple of shots.
Stretch pass didn't work, but Latvia's done a pretty good job getting to the puck to negate the icing. And they do it again with Yepilovs racing it out. Holzer picks one out of the fray, moves it up ice. Rising shot by Kramer off the right shoulder of Verslickens. Dennis Seidenberg in, trying to keep it down low, lost his footing. Able to get back up with the puck still in the Latvia zone, and then Sotniks will send one right onto the German net. Both teams change on the fly. Scoreless tie with 2.5 to go in period number 1. Redleys drifts one in. Treutler moves it along. Coughed up in the corner. Redleys comes back to it on the far side. Redleys to the net with a shot that's blocked. Might have hit his own man in Drosis in front. Zerinch keeps the puck in for Latvia though. Now Jonas Muller reverses, and Eisenschmidt out to center ice. Hager across the line, dangles behind his back, tried to get free, and Galvin's just got enough of a bump on him to avoid looking foolish. Germany's turn to control in the Latvia zone. This one pops up and out of play.
Well, Latvia, as we've talked about through this tournament, really have to be at their best to create scoring chances. But in getting into the zone, and it's a nice little dangle, a loose puck here goes and grazes the post. And the second chance towards the net, Bukarts follows things up, but look at the fending in front. Germans tying up sticks, allowing Treutler to see the puck, make that stop, and if it's blocked in front, the Latvians can't get their sticks free to get to any sort of bouncing puck in front.
Treutler, the German goaltender, spent some time with the Arizona Coyotes. Lickens in Latvia is a Blue Jackets prospect.
Played his formative hockey in Switzerland and still plays there now.
Draisaitl in behind the aforementioned Lickens. Watched and then slashed at by Sotniks. Draisaitl unbothered, cuts to the slot on the backhand, curls around deep, throws it in front. Covered was Aelitz. He wants a penalty. Germans won't get one. Latvia and Ronalds Cannons rushing ahead, crosses over, shoots. Stopped by Treutla, and the rebound just out of the reach of Balcers following behind. Then a big hit in the far boards.
It's going to be
this one will draw a penalty.
Yeah, perhaps some frustration by Draisaitl, as earlier he just owned the puck. There's going to be more pushing and shoving afterwards, but in the offensive zone, he fends off the Latvian attackers, but gets forced to his backhand. And then on the back check, feels he has a chance to make a hit, pokes the puck, and then follows through. So he's going to sit, knocks the puck to the side, and then that's pretty high on Blugers.
Germany, 2 minutes for checking to the head, plus 10 minutes, please call.
So that's costly for Germany's top player.
And that's where if you cross that line, by now at this stage of the tournament, well aware that most of any hit to the head will be with that 2 and a 10 attached to it. And you're right, Dave, just a...
Now, Draisaitl believes at the start he's okay in the chest, but it's the hands coming up underneath the chin in the follow-through. Latvia feels they have an opportunity. Michaelis will serve the 2-minute portion, but there's under a minute left here in that first period, and this is a great opportunity for Latvia, whose power play hasn't really done much. 3 for 15 in the tourney so far.
Draw win by Germany in their own zone. Holzer turns one deep. 2 and a 10 for Draisaitl. Difficult to swallow for the Germans, although still early in the hockey game. With just 40 seconds left in the first, and Dross is across the line on Latvia power play. Moved it to Roberts Bukarts at the point. Sabulskis to the right side.
The entry looked offside.
Bukarts, left circle, tipped in front. Treutla, one-stop rebound in behind the net.
Balcers following up on that in the blocker side.
17 seconds remaining in the first, and Germany gets the clear. Roberts Bukarts might run out of time. Dishes it over, and Drossis works for a shot. Stopped by Treutla on the rebound. And Latvia able to go to work with the power play, but the first period of play remains a scoreless tie after the opening 20 in Group B play. Germany and Latvia, the World Hockey Championship.
Shots on goal after the first period, and Team Latvia 9, and Team Germany also 9. Oops, there's one more, Team Latvia 10. In Copenhagen, right now, Team Slovakia is playing against Team Sweden. The score is 1 goal for Team Slovakia and 2 for Team Sweden. Simply clever.
Følg med i BT og på BT.dk, når vi dækker ishockey-VM 2018. Vi holder dig opdateret døgnet rundt og giver dig selvfølgelig også masser af unikt indhold. Du får eksklusive interviews og portrætter af de store danske stjerner, spillernes egne historier direkte fra landsholdslejren og de vigtigste VM-nyheder. Kom helt tæt på ishockey-VM 2018, BT og på BT.dk. BT, med på isen fra start til slut.
And what about you? Yeah, show us what's in yours. And choose only the best that Shetlands offer. Go and simply follow your heart. Only this way will you find your own yeah, your kingdom.
Conviction and determination I need every day. The years of training, pushing myself to be the strongest, the sharpest. My dedication to the game, to my teammates who are counting on me to deliver. The nerves of steel, the preparation and ritual before the adrenaline of the match. The responsibility of being my best every time, prepared to fight every shift on the ice. Just a sport. This is who I am.
one more, Team Latvia 10. In Copenhagen, right now, Team Slovakia is playing against Team Sweden. The score is 1 goal for Team Slovakia and 2 for Team Sweden.
Visier hoch.
Nicholas Treutler could be busy to start period number 2. His Germans will try to kill off the remainder of Leon Draisaitl's penalty. Minute 4 remaining in that. Big window of opportunity for Latvia in a scoreless game. Dave, how do they take advantage of it?
Well, I don't think there's been enough traffic in front of the net for Treutler. A couple of times he's had to peek around bodies, but he's been square to the puck and made the saves. Quick puck movement by the Latvians. Germany's penalty killing has been disappointing. They've allowed 6 power play goals against so far. They're operating at 60%.
Latvia starts the second on the power play. Roberts Bukarts, the captain, to the line, and Drosses just onside. Drosses takes a look from the near boards. Drosses cross ice to the point for Roberts Bukarts. Spun around by Balsers. Back to Bukarts. At the line, Sabulskis across. Drosses' shot is stopped on the one-time play by Treutler, and Germany gets the clear.
There's the quick puck movement, but Treutler was able to see it all the way.
22 seconds to go, and the penalty to Draisaitl, the 2-minute portion of that. Attached to the 10-minute misconduct due to the check to the head as well. Sabulskis dishes off. Cross ice. Drosses' shot. Blocked. Roberts Bukarts, as he touches it, will bring about a stoppage, and there goes the window for the Latvians.
Tripping penalty, trying to track down a rebound. And Drosses had a chance on the glove side, had a chance on the blocker side. And then on the loose puck,
Team Latvia, player number 17.
when he gets it towards, it's a block, and the stick gets caught up into the feet of Pogger. So 6 seconds of 4-on-4 time, and then Germany will have an opportunity on the power play.
Just 57 seconds into period number 2. Latvia could not take advantage of a power play in a scoreless tie. Puck dropped to the Latvian end. And the Germans control. Eisenschmidt across the line. One-timer, Dennis Seidenberg up the Trapper side post, and it kicks up and out. And now Germany will begin their power play without Leon Draisaitl. How do they adjust, Dave, without a marquee player like Draisaitl?
Well, they have some other players that they look to set up, namely Plachta. Matthias Plachta, wearing number 22, is their big shooter. He's going to be featured on the second unit. Cahoon, he's the one that'll take over the spot for Draisaitl, trying to get the puck. Germany can't collect it on that face-off.
Germany 5 power play goals in the tournament. 1 off the stick of Draisaitl, who remains in the box, serving the misconduct portion of his check to the head penalty. Patrick Hager has a pair for the Germans. Come in a scoreless tie, wrapped around to the near side boards. Cahoon swings it deep. Germany on the power play. Eisenschmidt at the left circle, looking cross ice, goes to the line. Then a Seidenberg shot, handled on the blocker side by Merzlikins.
Nobody in front. Tipples was there too late. The rebound just spat right by him.
Eisenschmidt The German power play. There's the cross-ice attempt, and knocking it down is Latvia with cannons racing away.
Not really sure why Plata is not out there. He's got a bomb of a one-timer. Number 22 hasn't scored yet in the tournament, has 5 assists. Usually they're trying to set him up, but Marco Sturm elects to go with different players.
Cahoon, bouncing puck. Latvia able to muscle a backhand out. "25 seconds to go in the Germany power play. These teams traded off power plays to start the second period. Not much doing for Germany yet. Knocked across the line. Shot for the far boards by Hager. Blocked, but Germany will get back to it. Plata, the man in front to Hager. That pass blocked by Sutniks, who pressures him in the corner. Plata swings one wide now, and the penalty is over. Drossis nearly had a chance to get to that puck out of the box, but both teams do not capitalize. Long shot by Elitz, easily handled by Merzlikins.
Perhaps some nerves by both these teams as Latvia enters the period with the power play. They take themselves off it, and then Merzlikins is going to make sure that his strap is okay on his helmet. Germany never really got a good setup. There's a one-timer from Dennis Seidenberg, but no traffic in front. So both teams going 0 for 1. Marco Sturm will put on a hard-working line here.
Yeah, that wins a draw for Germany. Near point, Moritz Müller has it come back to him. Play across. Shot trickles wide. Rebound! Merzlikins gets over to make the right pad save. And Holzer can't keep it onside at the Latvian line.
It's a nice face-off play, and then moving it across to the point. So there's been a couple of rebounds that just have been eluding the German forward, whichever one it is, in front of the net.
Latvia working the corners to the line, just onside. Zabulska skips one into the glove of Treutler, and he'll bring a whistle.
Well, Pieta was out there on the ice, 86 for Germany. Peter was trying to negotiate the puck as well. There's Pieta in front. Daniel Pieta signed a 10-year contract with Krefeld. He's played all his hockey for the Krefeld Penguins. The rebound on the backhand, Merzlikins gets across. His contract is the longest outside of North America for any hockey player. In fact, for any sports person, it'll run through to 2026.
Drawing Blugers, he was excellent for Latvia, wearing number 23. Going 3 for 3 in the first period. Latvia unable to do anything with it this time around, though. In 10 years, that's pretty good security.
Yeah, you wonder just when you take your foot off the gas. You're 4, 5, 6, and 7. And turn it up in the last 3.
Might as well give him an office. Germany with a toe drag, trying to create some room. Unable to do so from Jonas Müller, the defenseman. Puck still in the Latvia zone. Mavis at the near point. Shot blocked. Return to the line. Swiping at it with Mavis. He's one out in front looking for McAllis. McAllis off the boards to Cromer. Again, Müller shot. Chest high and collected against the crest by Merzlikins.
Just how different this German team is when they can't spill Draisaitl over the boards. He'll still be in the penalty box for another 4 minutes. The hit to the head, the 2-minute, and then the 10-minute misconduct added to it. Germany just seems out of sorts. Their power play wasn't connecting, the only one they've had in this hockey game, and seemed to be a little bit scrambly offensively.
Latvia taking their time here, and Zaric is not adhering to the linesman's plea of trying to get this face-off taken, and the puck does get dropped. Latvia had control, but Hager cuts it off on the boards. Germany right back down low. Centering pass was blocked by Sotniks. Blocked it back to his own line. Holzer right to neutral ice on the tape for Hager coming in. Behind the net, blocked it. Had that pass surprise him, I think. And the Latvians move away. Zaric, look out, just got turned aside. And Zaric now goes to the Latvian bench with some discomfort. No goals to speak of. Both teams have had a power play, but it's really been the physical play that has been the storyline in this one.
Zaric is one of these hard-working guys, but
blocked it from a bad angle. Tesmer's Lickens against the trapper post. And Hager gets back to it. Centers! And that was a golden opportunity. Plachta had it roll under his stick.
it's a long shift for Hager. He had to hit on Zaric, and then the setup just doesn't connect with Plachta.
Latvians and Ronald's Kennens to the line. Galvin shot low and wide past the trapper side of Deutla, who didn't see that one. Out of the corner hobbles. Can't cut through traffic. Up Yannick Seidenberg, who wanted a call, won't get one. Germany defending their own zone. And Hoffman will now move out. At the line, or it's Müller across. Yannick Seidenberg. The shot was blocked, pressured by Kennens to get that puck out. Battle in between the benches. Latvia trying to change as well. Cahoon off a steal. As a player coming in late, trying to find Aelitz moving to the net. What a play that would have been, but Latvia able to break it up.
Nice job by Galvin to get a stick in the way.
Pieta! Slapper that goes wide of the glove side, comes off hot from the back glass and clears the Latvia zone.
Well, we knew it was going to be a tightly contested affair, but you got to think one of these teams can manufacture a goal. There's been 15 shutouts so far in this tournament.
Turning with a shot, Yepelos off the low portion of the trapper side of the net. Almost halfway through the second. Still a scoreless tie. Germany and Latvia separated by 1 point in the standings. Traumer going to the bench slowly for Germany. Maya. Collected by Seidenberg behind his own goal. To the line, not out. Slapper right on. Detroit with a stop, and the rebound was the best chance that went wide. Cougars lost control of it. Dennis Seidenberg swings one ahead, just out of the reach of Newbles. Following up on the play, Michaelis for Germany. Spins one back to the line, but nobody home. Pulls her off the bench, had to move quickly. Dennis Seidenberg with Latvia wanting an icing, and they'll get one.
That'll keep Seidenberg and holds her out on the ice. As you see the hit that causes Zaric, that right arm just kind of getting pushed out of the socket. He'll stick around, but he looks in quite some discomfort. Hager had a very big goal for Germany at the Olympics. Turned out to be the game winner against Canada in the semifinals. And of course, the Germans went on and lost goal to Russia. They had the lead late. They had a power play. They gave up a shorthanded goal, and then in overtime, just couldn't find the goal the Russians did.
Trying to find one goal in the hockey game. Latvia chance in front. What a glove stop. Getting enough is Troitla. Latvia pressuring Sabulska's shot. Double block there as Holzer went down. Germany on their heels a bit. Redleys are crossed. Puck back the other way. Redleys again. On the right wing boards. Dross is centers. Redleys tripped up going to the net. Penalty coming. Galvin shoots. And again, Troitla just enough to keep the puck out. Delayed call against Germany as they touch it. Will give Latvia their second power play of the hockey game, looking for the game's first goal. Latvia dialing it up.
Germany minor penalty, 95, 2 minutes for hooking.
Frederick Tiffels in the box for Germany brings about the second Latvian power play of the hockey game.
It was an icing call against Germany. They had their veteran deep pair out there in Holzer and Seidenberg, got chasing around in their own end. Then they take a penalty. If Latvia can't convert here, boy, I don't know what more they want.
Draw in the German zone, Hager and Obels. And Hager will be shown the door. Kramer comes in. And wins it for Germany. Put on a tee, puck skipping, gets past Sabulskis, and Kramer trying to make an effort, shorthanded, steals from the goaltender, gaping cage, but Kramer was in too deep to take advantage.
Great speed by Kramer to get up there, and he guesses right by moving to his left. Merzlikins puts it right into him, stumbles on the way back, and Kramer tries to bank it from below the goal line off anything in front.
Nerving start to the power play for Latvia. Miscue at the German line gives Bjorn Krupp a chance to try and clear. Krupp throws a hit after Redley's salvage possession. Latvia keeping it in second time. Now it'll beat Nubels one-on-one shorthanded against Sotniks, who used the stick to separate Nubels from getting to the front. Germany very aggressive while on the penalty kill. 1:05 to go in the Latvia power play. Richards Bukarts in for Latvia. To Redley's across. Roberts Bukarts down low to Richards Bukarts. The Bukarts brothers work the top of the zone on the power play. Redley's to Roberts Bukarts at the far point. Down low, Richards Bukarts. Again to Roberts Bukarts to the point for Sotnik. His shot was stopped by the right pad of Treutler, who's been giving up those second chances but getting just enough.
Smart play by the veteran Seidenberg in front of the net. After the puck hits the pads of his goalie, he's the first to get to it, takes a step away from things as the Latvians now ice the puck, then gets it off the glass and out. Latvia sets up a one-timer for Sotniks, but earlier it was the chase and the decision. Kramer off his body, and then he's the first to it behind the goal line. There's been 10 shorthanded goals scored in this World Championship, 5 by Finland, none by the Germans. They came close there.
Boy, that's an awful feeling for a goaltender.
Yeah.
Looking back at the empty net and knowing you can't get there.
Well, the stumble doesn't help either. But that's two-man. The Germans are a faster team. They need to use their speed, get through the penalty kill another 15 seconds or so, and then turn things up.
Latvia slow to get into the German zone. They pull off a quick change. Right off the bench, Sabulskis to the front looking for Zerinch. Sliced off his stick. Germany trying to clear, they can't. Roberts Bukarts kept it in. Bukarts down the right wing side. In tight with Balsers, who couldn't make a move into the slot. Out of the box is Tiffels. This will be waved off. That was a race between Tiffels and Sabulskis, and Tiffels, who has the puck now for Germany, looked like he was going to be able to create something, but Latvians get the clear. Schmidt back in for Germany. Needs positioning. Throws it in front. Passed it aside, and it rolls to Merzlikins as the puck just wouldn't settle for Plachta. Draisaitl returns to play when we come back. Scoreless time. Germany and Latvia. Everyone in the building having a blast despite a scoreless tie, but Germany, it's one of their best players back, Dave. Leon Draisaitl will lead and take the draw.
We'll see what some sort of jolt this will give his team.
Serve 2 and a 10 for a check to the head penalty near the end of the first. One-handed in by Rodrigo Abels. Yannick Seidenberg ties up Abels. 3 Latvians down deep. Balsers taken to the ice. Puck underneath them. Scoots free now, Germany. In transition, Draisaitl joined by Cahoon. Draisaitl, far side, plays it across, looking for Mavis. And nearly an opportunity for Balsers to get after, but helped along with the Germans in Aelitz, who looks back after Abels took a good run at him.
Out of all the players Draisaitl could choose to pass to, he gives it to the last defenseman. It was Mavis, and then it goes back in the German zone.
And those are long, long legs of Mavis, but the feet don't move as quickly. Aelitz had to bail him out. Latvia out of the corner. Cannons in behind the net. Swings around to the forehand. Shoots off a stick. That'll reach the netting.
I've seen Germany play this national team. I have an extended background playing in Germany, 10 years in the DEL. Know a handful of these players very, very well, the Seidenbergs namely. They are not playing well, and they can play much better. And Marco Sturm is a calm guy. He was always a gentleman when he played, but he's got to be wondering what's it going to take for the real German team to arrive at this tournament.
Is that on the shoulders of Draisaitl to lead that charge?
You'd like it to be. That last opportunity, be more direct, get it towards the net. He leads the team in points. That would be a given. Looks like a high stick is missed on Holzer.
Holzer got clipped. Bring up a call against Latvia. Mason Schmidt for a skate, reaching for it. Auger following up as well. Back at the line, Holzer across, Dennis Seidenberg shoots. That's blocked in front of Merzlikins.
Every puck race, that German is getting there first. But if they're not using that to their advantage in the offensive zone, it's getting shots on net. They only have 15 shots in the hockey game. They frittered away a power play and then allowed Latvia a couple of power plays.
Holzer having a few words for the officials. Nico Kokakari and Timothy Meyer, the referees, and you wonder if they'll pay a little bit more attention.
Germany still has to play Finland and Canada in their remaining 2 games.
This one floats into the upper deck. And pay attention to Holzer, I think, because he will certainly be drawing the referee's eye when Holzer comes back over the boards.
Young and old enjoying the game. That little guy wants to see what a goal looks like.
Has a headset on like us. Bring him up here to call the game. Draw to the right of Merzlikins. Still scoreless. Jonas Mula from the line. Hit the linesman. Mula back after it. It's a race. Mula commits. And Latvia doesn't have numbers going the other way. Roberts Bukarts cornered off by Bjorn Krupp. That ended up being a one-on-one. Latvia with Rehards Bukarts and Roberts Bukarts playing on the same line. Rehards shoots, that's off a stick, floats on goal, and taking no chances is Treutler.
The forward Nubels was able to get a stick right along the ice, and the point shot was along the ice, obscured, and gets to Treutler. Latvia has been hanging around in this tournament. They're hanging around in this game. They don't score a lot. They've got 10 players who haven't registered a point yet. But when it's 0-0, that first one becomes bigger and bigger.
Germany draw win to get out of their own zone. Draisaitl moving up ice as Yannick Seidenberg carries it. Seidenberg through center will hold on, cuts wide on the backhand, doesn't go to the net, swings to the point instead. Cahoon's shot is blocked, rebound nearly right in the slot for Aelitz, but Latvia dodges a bullet there. Kettins Cuts wide, shoots against the grain and wide of the glove side, but the right idea to pull the goaltender in the opposite direction. Germany, back up ice, Draisaitl. Into the fold, Mueller shoots and looking to pick the blocker side, unable to. Draisaitl from the near boards, with traffic in front. Draisaitl trying to open it up for Germany. Draisaitl cuts to the slot with a power move, still has it, passes in front, and Ailitz couldn't get his stick free.
That's what you want to see from Draisaitl, some drive.
Cahoon not giving up, shoots from the circle. That's blocked in front of Merzlikins. And Sabulskis felt all of that one. Yannick Seidenberg with Germany pressuring. You can feel the walls starting to close in on Latvia here. Draisaitl to Cahoon, swing and a miss on the one-time play. A knuckling puck foiled him, and Latvia can catch their breath.
Draisaitl the key on that shift.
Seidenberg knocked down Kennens to grab the puck. Pieta can't get in. Or it's Mueller, swipes one down deep. Time for Balinskis to move it around. Worked out by Latvia. Maya was tripped up, and then now it's Troikla, the goaltender, that had a stumble of his own. As both goaltenders have had adventures at the line. Sopniks to the far side. Balinskis gets it back. Balinskis down deep for Latvia. Rasgol's tied up with Holzer. Latvia still controls. Sharp angle shot for the far circle is wide. And just offside, they say, is Sotnik. So they continue to ride the teeter-totter. Both teams with possession. No goals yet. On TSN 1 and 4, it is Slovakia that have scored to draw closer to Team Sweden. Brian Mudryk, Mike Johnson with the call. It's 3-2 Sweden in Copenhagen. Here in Herning, still a scoreless tie between Germany and Latvia.
I think they could maybe lend us a goal to see here in this game.
Put in a call.
It's been 11 one-goal games of the 36 that have been played so far. I mentioned the score between those two teams, Slovakia and Sweden.
Balinskis somehow able to keep that puck in front of him. Had Germans surrounding him. Up the boards, and Drossis coughs it up at the line. Germany keeps in. Slap shot handled by Merzlikins, in the rebound. Touched away as well on the blocker side.
Goebbels was battling in front. Nice point shot gets through. But the goaltender continues to be the story. Both goaltenders.
And Redley's tested the right pad of Troikla. Blocked it by his lonesome. Slowly into the Latvia zone. Seemed to be tangled up on the back glass. Not sure if he took a high stick, but blocked to go into the German bench slowly behind the play.
Auger throws another big hit. He's trying to get his team into it.
Up ice quickly. Newbles on the backhand. Swings in front looking for Michaelis, but pass didn't arrive. Latvia on the far boards, and Drossis spreads it out. Lots of time for the Latvians to move it. Saying that, Sabulskis coughed it up. 2-on-0 Germany. Michaelis in. Michaelis passes to Newbles, and getting back in time is Freibergs to break it up.
A wonderful opportunity and no shot on net.
A 2-on-0 without a shot. Michaelis frustrated after Freibergs came out of nowhere. Kennens starts a 2-on-1. Balcers holds, passes over. Kennan shoots, scores! Ronald Cannons opens it up, and Latvia leads 1-0.
It was worth the wait for that one. Pretty passing after a nullified 2-on-0 by the Germans. No shot here. The pass across. Freiberg gets back, and he's going to be a part of things offensively. Muller caught. The pass across. And Kennan's the last guy to the party, but he starts it 1-0 Latvia.
Kennan's second goal of the tournament. A bit of a quiet game before that. And they're not quiet anymore in this building.
That was the wrong time to pinch and miss. And Jonas Muller can't be too pleased with himself.
Draisaitl, perhaps with more urgency, comes in down the right wing side, trying to roll into the goal. Missed, but picks it back up. Now has to go all the way back.
It's the top line for Latvia that gets on the scoreboard. All three forwards, Kennens, Abels, and Balcers get a point.
Roberts Bukarts test Treutler from long range. German netminder puts it over to the far boards. Germany out of their own zone. Cahoon to Aelitz across the line. Aelitz shakes past one. Aelitz out of the corner to the point. Dennis Seidenberg's shot finds Draisaitl looking to the slot, and Cahoon was covered, and Latvia has been able to read off that German centering play to block the puck.
Well, Draisaitl is reluctant to shoot. He's a wonderful passer. There's a shot finally, and more of that for the Germans.
Draisaitl. Seidenberg shoots, missed. Whistling that one wide on the blocker side of Merzlikins, and it comes all the way out. Holzer. Plant one deep in behind the goal of Merzlikins. Holzer had to catch up to it himself as Germany was changing. Hager speeding in. One hand on the stick, tried to guide it to the goal. Swiped away by Merzlikins on the trapper side. Germany comes up with it at the point. Yannick Seidenberg. In a 1-0 Latvia lead. Yannick Seidenberg shoots. That's blocked. And rushing away is Latvia. Redleys across the German line. Redleys. And the man to the front, that's Andrasis. Redleys taking a couple of hacks and whacks from Hoffland. Latvia controlling with the final minute sounding in the second. Sabulskis floats one to the slot, chopping at it. Zerinch and a glove stop on a bouncing puck from Treutler.
The only time the Germans have had the lead here at the World Championship was in their win against Korea. The pass across and to the trailer, an open net to shoot at. Balcers with a nice saucer. That draws the defenseman down. Everyone thought Abels was going to shoot, including the goaltender Treutler. The carnage in front of the net, and the celebration for Cannons. His second of the tournament might prove a big one.
Latvia, such a hard-working team, now have a lead to go out and execute the Hartley game plan. Germany late in the second, trying to get on the board as well. Cross-ice pass in the Latvia zone, broken up. Latvians swing the other way. Rodrigo Abels to the line. Galvich rattles it deep. Holzer takes a look. This top pair for Germany looking mighty tired.
Yeah, they're logging lots of minutes, and you can understand Marco Sturm believing that if those two can at least hold the fort defensively, there'll be something up ice.
Look at German offside, but Cromer, without the play being blown dead, tests Merzlikins, and the second period comes to a close. We have a goal. We have plenty more feistiness as well as the German bench heads to the dressing room. Latvia hanging around to get a few more words in. And cooler heads will prevail for now. After a scoreless first, one goal in the second, Ronald Cannons has Latvia in front 1-0 over Germany after two.
Team Sweden, the score is Team Slovakia 2 and Team Sweden 3.
It's not about the blade. It's the shaving gel that matters. Nivea Men Ultra Glide technology for an ultra close shave without irritating your skin. Nivea Men, the art of shaving. Introducing the 2018 IIHF app. Player statistics. Team statistics. Live updates. And introducing Guessing Game. Predict each game's final score. Win points and compete with hockey fans around the world. From any smart device, in your own language. The 2018 IIHF app, powered by Skoda. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Skoda. Simply clever.
Team Germany, flag number 95, the favorite chief is 2 minutes and Team Hungary. 95, the favorite chief is 2 minutes and Team Hungary.
Давай, давай!
Charlie, давай, давай, давай!
witnessing the next generation of Latvian hockey take prominence as a goal from Ronald's Cannons, helpers from Rodrigo Abols and Rudolfs Balsers have the only goal of the hockey game in a big one between Latvia and Germany in Herning, Denmark, and it's up to the Germans to provide some pushback.
Cannons played last year, all 7 games for Latvia, no points. Well, he's got a big goal in this one. Got a goal previously in the last game against Korea, the 2-0 goal and that 5-0 win. Can they hold on in the third?
Love that look. Drop the puck from your living room. And it has to start here for Germany. Latvia with a 1-0 lead to open the third. Rosses, drop pass. Galvin shoots, scores! 15 seconds, and Galvinch will spread his wings with a 2-0 Latvian lead.
First shot of the third period adds to the Latvian totals. On an entry into the zone, a seemingly nothing play, and Latvia, as it slides past the glove of Troile. Troile is kind of handcuffed here. And Galvinch, after he shot, turned away, didn't even realize it went in. Redleys was going towards the net. And 15 seconds into this third period, it's 2-0 Latvia.
After a scoreless first, we could hear both fan bases, but sure some believe maybe they have to wait a lot longer to find the rejoice that Latvian fans are now engaged in. 2-0 Latvia. Surprise. Germany out of the gates in the third.
That was one of those shots that you think the goaltender Troitla is square to. His hand is ready, the left hand. But it just sneaks by him.
Dennis Seidenberg. Up ice to Hager. Patrick Hager. Wanted to play it through to Lockton. That pass broken up. Ronald's Cannons trying to fish it out of his skates. Gets by Dennis Seidenberg. Cannons to net for Balsers. And able to hold the ground there were the Germans.
You wonder what Marco Sturm said to his team between the second and the third, and if any of it stuck.
Shots are 24-20 in favor of Latvia, who lead it 2-0. Bjorn Krupp from distance into the crest of Merzlikins.
Foul up in the neutral zone. And the drop pass. And I think Redley's going in front. He's bothered the goaltender, Troitla. His puck isn't flat. It gets up on end. Bird celebration.
Big wingspan for Galvinch. Guntis Galvinch in his 12th World Hockey Championship. As we take a look at Balinskis going into the Latvia room for some repairs.
Galvinch didn't score last year when he was here. Had one helper through the 7 games.
So Latvia down a D-man, but up 2-0. Germany off the draw win. Krupp shoots, blockered away by Merzlikins. That'll reach the netting, and even though it dropped back into play, they'll stop it as things continue to be testy between the two teams.
Got some conversations after the whistle, and 2-point shots from Bjorn Krupp. Marco Sturm would really like to prod his team. When they're skating, they're tough to catch. But there's not enough wave after wave. And now you have to wonder, where's Lickens? Is he going to put on the show in the third?
He did against the U.S. Merzlikins was fantastic in Latvia 3-2 overtime loss to the USA. Zaric to Andrasus, ends up with a shot instead, and Treutler kept track that time. Newells out of the far corner, has pocket pick. Zaric again fires from point blank range, and Treutler had a look what hit me save.
Down early.
Germany trying to find a spark early in the third. Tiffels working in the corner. Latvia will change it up. Puck in the near side, Latvia territory. Rubins, rare shift for him. Up ice for Ronalds Kennens. Kennens starts the motor. Drag play, swings it behind the goal. Ronalds Kennens still has it. Kennens, one of the goal scorers for Latvia, behind the net for Balsers. And Obels in front, couldn't get the puck to him. Kalis comes in for Germany. Now that's Tiffels, lost it. Obels, a nice move around Seidenberg. Obels in front, Balser shoots, and a chest save. Made a graze, part of the mask as well from Treutler.
Top line for Latvia finds some energy here early third.
Alet's in over the line. Easy stop by Merzlikins, and that's just it, Dave. Germany not matching what Latvia's bringing right now.
Latvia has had more entries uncontested into the zone in this third period than they did in the first two periods combined. Obels is able to use his 6'4" frame to leg his way in and get it towards the goaltender, Treutler. The Germans now are going to have to rely on their veteran guys, Draisaitl, Dennis Seidenberg, the captain. This line's going to have to drag them offensively.
Germans scored 6 against Korea in their only win. Aside from that, haven't done a lot of putting pucks into the net.
No, and in that game, they were gifts. Draisaitl took a shot, it hit a leg in front, went past the goaltender. A centering pass, hit a leg in front, it was a tap in. A couple power play goals. It was a laydown game, and perhaps Germany thought this one was going to be easier too.
Draisaitl attempting to craft something in the Latvia zone. To the side of the net, Cahoon, backhander, didn't miss by much, stepping out on the blocker side. Draisaitl spins off a check. Tries to cut to the slot. Puck rolls to Cahoon. To Draisaitl, shoots, missed on the blocker side of Merzlikins.
Again, when Draisaitl wants to, he can take it to the net or get to the net. 6'2", 216 pounds. He can hold players off with one hand, but can he drag his home team with him?
Draisaitl, long shift, spots a German off the bench. Swan in front for Cahoon. Puck doesn't reach him.
That is about the slowest straw to change as I've seen Cahoon and Draisaitl. Like they're up for a roller skate.
Mavis tries a long shot, redirects. Vermeer trying to throw one out in front from behind the goal line, and Germany just that step off, that pass off. Perhaps an odd man rush will change something. Germany coming in, no, goes off a skate of Eichenschmidt, breaks it up. Germans had a 2-on-0 in the second, failed to get a shot. Latvians come right back and score the game's opening goal, and that does tell a bit of the story. Seidenberg lost control. A steal from Andrasus, blowing into the German zone. Tried to pass it over, and a sliding block there by Jonas Müller coming back to break that up.
It was a slow change towards the bench. It looked like Andrasus was going to get in alone. It turns into the 2-on-1. The pass doesn't connect. But there is some snoozy Germans out there.
Zotnik's slapper missed everything. Sabulskis in from the point to keep it going for Latvia. Andrasus loses the battle behind the German net. Plachta surveys the ice, rips one in on goaltender Merzlikins. Hager now. He's had a good tournament for Germany with 3 goals, but nobody has been able to get one past Elvis Merzlikins. Plachta tries, and that's a stop by Merzlikins. Plachta
still can't buy a goal. 5 helpers, into this his 5th game. This is that backhand offering that praises Zamar from Cahoon. He's a nifty little skater. Draisaitl can't negotiate it. Latvians, the crowd, there's energy. The Germans are lacking it.
Draisaitl fights to get that draw win. Expect to see a lot of 29 in the German colors as this game goes on. 2-0 Latvia. Producing a 4-on-3 rush. Balsers to the trailer. Galvin shoots. That's blocked. Knuckles just wide. Diving over was Treutler. Didn't have to make a save as he was out of position.
That hit Cahoon in front of the net.
Draisaitl threads the needle for Cahoon, who pulls back with a shot, blocked away by Burns Linkens. Galvin, a 2-0 goal for Latvia. Plays it deep. Bob Hartley rotating through some lines. Germany trying to get something going as we draw nearer to the halfway point of the third.
Draisaitl's shifts are getting longer, that's for sure.
Sotniks goes right around Draisaitl. Sotniks kept to the outside. At the line. Long shot off a stick over top of the German goal. Aelitz. Germans marching to the beat of their own drum here. With the Latvian fans serenading them, and another turnover on a seemingly easy exit strategy, and Germany not finding a lot of positives in this one so far.
Well, Latvia knows they win this hockey game, they'll stay ahead of the Germans in Group B play.
Long shot snared by Treutler off of Pavlov's, and it is Latvia that finds a goal 15 seconds into the third to lead it 2-0. Dave Tomlinson from Herning, Denmark, witnessing a 2-0 Latvia lead over Germany, and I will defer to you, Mr. Tomlinson. Where does hockey rank in most communities in Germany?
It's a distant second to football, soccer, obviously, but the fan base in all the DEL teams fairly rabid. Especially in Munich, the Red Bulls have won 3 straight championships in a row. But it's the Latvian fans that are keeping this game entertaining.
But this hasn't gone unnoticed in Germany.
No, in fact, the German press have been quite critical of this German squad here after their lovely showing at the Olympics. But there's a whole different group of personnel here versus there, and they score.
Zaric! 3-0 Latvia.
The Latvians find another gear in the third. Germany is coming undone. Zaric, who set up the goal coming into this third period, 15 seconds in, is able to battle and get his stick on a puck in front. Underneath the goaltender, stick wasn't on the ice. And that makes it 3-0. It almost seems insurmountable.
Mentioned at the top of the broadcast that Germany had won the last 4 meetings between these two nations. Last win for Latvia was 2012. Latvia in control in this instance. 3-0 with a goal in the second period, 2 goals here in the third. Some quick passing led the Germans in, but Ailits lost it just inside the Latvia line. Cannons takes a number as Moritz Müller knocks him to the ice. Some room now for Germany. Draisaitl to the front. They score! What a play by Draisaitl to find Cahoon, and the Germans hope to forge a comeback.
Germany's top line gets them on the board. Is there more left? An entry into the zone. The puck goes off the linesman's skate. It's collected again. And then sent across. Draisaitl knows where he's going to put it. And Cahoon does too. Versleekens can't get that right arm back to get the blocker up in time. Not a lot of room there, but it's up and in. Cahoon celebrates. Germany's on the board.
That's what the Germans were looking for. Likely wanted to find it a bit earlier, but with 11:19 to go in the third, the gap is now 2 on the board.
First goal of the tourney for Cahoon, playing on the top line with Draisaitl and Ailits. Draisaitl will collect his 9th point. 7 of them helpers.
Final for this is lit a fire for Marco Sturm's club. Holzer passes to Plachta, guided into the Latvia zone. It looked like Plachta touched that one, but it'll be icing against Germany.
The Germans are going to really have to battle and do something that hasn't been done yet. No team has come back from more than 2 goals down in this tournament. But after entering the third period, giving up a goal 15 seconds in, and then spending more time in their own zone, Latvia gets ahead by 3. Things have tightened up just a touch.
Mentioned that German run to silver at the 2018 Olympic Games, and players like Cahoon having a very dominant tournament. It's not the same German roster, obviously iced today because there are some NHL players, but also because some of the depth players are not with Germany.
That's a very good point. Christian Ehrhoff retired.
Andrasas shoots. Blocker side stopped by Treutler. So it's a bit of a younger, less experienced German group here.
You look at the defenseman Mavis. He's been on for 2 goals, the first one and the third one.
Freibergs to center. Rodrigo Abels can't cut through. Stick check from Plachta. Germany gets the puck back. Down 2 goals in the third. Trying to forge a comeback. Backhander reaches the Latvian net. Easy stop for Merzlikins. Hot start by the Latvians to open the period up, but Germany with Cahoon have cut the gap to 2.
Merzlikins had a very fine season in the NLA. That's the top league in Switzerland. He's not considered an import because he played his junior hockey in Lugano. He's been their goalie since 2014. And he was the 2016 NLA Goalie of the Year. His team lost in the finals to Zurich. Ronald Hennens was on that Zurich team. Hand pass is going to slow things down.
Game is slowing down.
Well, if the Germans want to get back into it, they're going to have to use the speed. And earlier in the broadcast, we mentioned that to a man, the Germans are the better skaters. But you give Latvia something, Bob Hartley will perform it, and his team will follow through with what they're told to do. And if it was come strong in the third, they've done that.
Blugers has been superb on the dot for Latvia. He leads in now. A late add to the Latvia lineup. Went to Minnesota State and plays in the Penguins organization. And Latvia will start with the puck yet again.
The Minnesota State Mankato Mavericks. David Backus, Tim Jackman, Brian Carter, all NHL players from that program.
Roberts Bukarts nearly stole it deep in the German zone. Germany looking for the perfect breakout. Now they have some space to use. Flying up into the Latvian territory. Puck trickles down in the near corner. Swung back to the line. Yannick Seidenberg can't get there in time. Yannick Seidenberg nearly put Nubel's offside, but Nubel's got the water ski trick. On to Tiffels it goes for Germany. Centering pass by Pieta. No one home. Latvia breaks up another. And they can settle for a zone clear right now. Up a pair. Group. Cross ice to Ailitz. In. Rister off the stick of Sabulskis. Stays in play. Under 9 to go in the third. 3-1 Latvia. Draisaitl. Helped create the only German goal. Moves it to the speed of Cahoon, who has the goal. Cahoon carries in, curls back, finds Draisaitl on the backhand, shoots a piece of the glove. Lickens rebound, and Draisaitl can't put it on.
Holding on the backhand, looked like he was going to try to go across in front of the net to Ailitz. And finally, almost reluctantly puts it towards the glove side of Lickens.
9 points in a tournament now for Draisaitl. He would love to get to double digits. Try and help his team draw closer to Latvia in the scoreboard.
Sebastian Aho and Patrick Kane, both co-leaders with 12 points.
Look out! Difficult collision for Dennis Seidenberg, who was on his way down, and Redley's made contact with his head, but Seidenberg shakes it off. Germany. On the near boards, Plachta leaves for Hager. Denied the access to the front of the net. Hager goes around into the slot, still has it. Hager leaps over one, still has the puck. What a shift by Patrick Hager for Germany. And a Seidenberg down low. Hoffman tried to center. Hager was in the blue paint. Plachta working on the far board. Sopniks takes care of him. Plachta carries on down low for Hager. Cuts back. Tried a backhand centering pass. Didn't connect. Hoffman to the line, nearly coughed it up. Holzer is there to save. Back down low for Hager. Good zone time, but Latvians are just fine with more time coming off the clock, and they'll get the zone clear with just over 7 minutes remaining. Seidenberg squeezed out. Long shift for the veteran on the blue line for Germany. Richards Bukarts picks up a puck, throws one on a bad angle. Troitla makes the stop and just watches the puck bounce to center. Germany. Moritz Müller. Defenseman carries in across the Latvian line, leaves it. Rister goes wide of the glove side of Lickens all the way down.
Latvia is going to only send one player up ice. They're comfortable having 4 back.
And that's an icing against Germany.
In 12 previous matchups of the Worlds, Latvia has only beaten Germany 3 times. We referenced the 2012 matchup. And it's been 10 years, almost 10 years, since Latvia finished in the top 10 and got to the quarters. They've gotten to as high as 7th place 3 times, 97 and 04 and 09. This is an encouraging game for them.
Draw win by Latvia. Setting up in the German zone. Cannons to the line, shoots at the block. Germans are looking for a line change here. Müller will instruct Yannick Seidenberg to come back deep away from the bench, and they'll get the change. Here comes Draisaitl with some speed. Draisaitl cutting wide, wants to pull in. Freiberg's nullified that opportunity. Under 6 to go in the third. 3-1 Latvia.
It was Freiberg's back in the second period who reached back and was able to nullify a 2-on-0 that Germany had. No shot on that play. And then, of course, the Latvians went up ice and got the first goal of the game.
A lot of hard work by Ilitz to turn the puck over after all of that. And Redleys will guide one into the German glove of Treutler. Germans on the board thanks to Cahoon, but still trail by 2. Latvia hangs on to win today's game. It would swing them ahead of Denmark in Group B standings, but the Danes will have something to say about that as Denmark plays Korea after this game on TSN 3. Gord Miller, Ray Ferraro will have that call from Herning.
And Latvia and Denmark will have the last game of the tournament, the evening game of the round robin play.
Danes have been fun to watch. The crowd is a big part of that. Denmark has rattled off wins over Finland and then shut out Norway.
They opened the tournament with a shootout win against Germany that really just ignited what's been a festive atmosphere away from the rink.
Had the privilege to watch the game from the Village Square as Germany comes in. Cross-ice pass finds Draisaitl, wants to pass it off again, but nothing doing for the Germans as Latvia holds tight. Balsers to Obels. Wrist shot blocked. Rebound trickled just out of the reach of Kennens, and Ilitz will move it up. Ilitz looking for Cahoon. Cahoon cross ice to a man off the point. Muller's shot stopped on the blocker side. Latvia gets the clear.
Some nice passing, but this time Merzlikins is able to get across and stay big on that blocker side.
Draisaitl through the crease and a stick save there, breaking up the pass attempt as Elvis Merzlikins did a good job. Bluger's in, swatted at from behind. Germany running out of time, need 2 goals. Hager cuts to the slot, bouncing a puck to himself, rolls to the net, spread out as Merzlikins, and he's got it under the blocker. Germany trying to dial it up, have found one in the third, off the stick of Cahoon. And now we've got a call being questioned here. It is penalty to Latvia.
Hager tries to make something of things. It's in front of the net. Merzlikins lets go of his goal stick and uses his free hand to reach for that puck. Germany's going to use their timeout. Sabalskis is guilty of the hook, and he was the unfortunate one that took the penalty in overtime against the United States on a hooking call and had to sit and watch the U.S. win in overtime on that power play marker from Cam Atkinson. But Germany's going to do their best here to chip away and get one power play marker, and we'll keep our eye on the goaltender Treutler, who has come on strong in the games previous, but in this one here, some uncharacteristic goals get by him. 4:09 on the clock. Marco Sturm is going to put out the guys he thinks can make a difference.
Well, one goal certainly would change the complexion of the game with a power play opportunity. Germany hoping to cash in. They're 0 for 1 in the hockey game. and trail 3-1. Off the dot, they'll do it again despite Latvia having possession. And you can see the steam coming off Bob Hartley at that Latvian bench. Thought that was a draw win, a puck recovered, and a zone clear for Latvia, but no.
Using Pavlovs and Maya to kill the penalty. Both of those players play together in Dynamo, the KHL, Dynamo Riga. They're going to reset the clock, make sure that's where it should be. .408 on the clock. German power play. Hager ties up a stick. Aylitz trying to keep it in the Latvia zone. Freiberg's in behind the net. Waits and does just get it over the line. Draisaitl. Far boards. Aylitz slaps it in. Piece of it by Merzlikins. Kicks back out in front. Hager had eyes wide as saucers, but couldn't get to the loose puck that the goaltender laid out there with a vacant net again. Merzlikins has had a couple of cough-ups of the puck in this game. Back in the second when Germany was killing a penalty, and that little adventure there. Draisaitl weaving his way over the Latvian line of far boards to the point for Plachta. Seidenberg back to Plachta. Yannick Seidenberg to Plachta, shoots, that's blocked. And Latvia gets the clear. Quick up by the Germans with Latvia changing since Germany right back in on the power play. Right point Seidenberg with 58 seconds to go in the man advantage. To Plachta, right circle, his shot knuckles down, right in front. And Rubins can't get the clear, but will clear the crease. Plachta again on the near side, holds, passes across, set up, Seidenberg fires, that's off the blocker of Merzlikins, and the rebound cleared away. That was a high one-timer from Yannick Seidenberg. Draisaitl. Can't get around Galvich. Those two go down. Puck comes back to the line. Plachta with 25 seconds to go on the German power play. Dennis Seidenberg into the far corner. Galvich sees an opening, but slaps it right into Draisaitl, who holds the zone for Germany. Plachta on the power play. To the right circle, Draisaitl taking a look. In front. Swing move, Hager shoots off the post and out. That was close from Hager on the power play, and it struck iron. Nifty stick handling in tight, a spin move, tries to get it upstairs in the blocker. Nothing but red paint. And Cannons hit after the play, doesn't like that. And it's Cannons who started the party, as you put it, for Latvia. Will dust himself off. Patrick Hager close to getting Germany within one, but they trail 3-1. Look at Patrick Hager, who has 2 power play goals in the tournament, thought he had a third to bring Germany within 1 and still cannot believe it. Draisaitl could saucer a pass from 10 feet into a mouse hole, right under the tape of Hager. Cute little spin move, but Germany is still down 2 goals. Merzlikins polices the goal crease. Right hand comes out to make a stop. Puck battle on the end boards, Latvia territory.
Nubels lost control, swatted at by Sotniks. A pair of Latvians will escape their own end. Zaric to the net, bouncing puck, poke check by Troitla, the right play. As Latvia's not going away, Troitla now will get to the German bench. So the Germany net is empty. Troitla on the bench. 6 attackers on the ice for Germany. Puck swung to the goal crease. Desperately looking for it was Michaelis. Germany able to keep it in. Tiffels and Nubels on the far side. Approaching the final minute of the third. Latvia leading 3-1. That puck will miss the gaping cage and will come back against Latvia.
Germans have already used their timeout, and now time is their enemy. They've got their best players out on the ice at this point with Draisaitl, Cahoon, Hager, who took the goalie when he came to the bench. So now Latvia will spend their timeout. Bob Hartley give his players a rest. They're hunched over. Going to pull them in and just describe what to do on a win, where to go on a loss. Hartley has squeezed everything out of this team so far. The 57-year-old from Hawkesbury, Ontario, won a championship with the hometown Hawkesbury Hawks. So as instructions are being barked, Merzlikins stays in his net. And it's about not losing the face-off cleanly. Draisaitl has been very good throughout the whole tournament, taking a lot of face-offs. They'll look to get the puck back to him if they win this face-off. And he'll look to pass.
Nicholas Troitla, the German goaltender, remains on the bench. Germany down a pair, extra attacker on. Their net empty. Draisaitl pushes the draw ahead. Cahoon after it. Fought off the puck by Galvich. Wraps it around. Took a funny hop off the stanchion. Zabulskis got turned around, but it is Redleys that gets the puck out. Germany slow to go after it in their own zone. 45 seconds left as they try to set something up. Now it's played in. Hager to the right side for Draisaitl. Draisaitl working out of the corner to the line. Yannick Seidenberg back to the far side. A shot by Dennis Seidenberg, blockered away. Germany, 30 seconds to go. And Draisaitl missed it, and Latvia gets the clear.
Yannick Seidenberg thought that Draisaitl was going to be able to keep it alive, and he couldn't get over there in time.
Just on side of the Germans. Dennis Seidenberg hit with a stern forearm from Galvich. That'll shake Dennis Seidenberg up, and the puck sent down the ice. Yannick Seidenberg, stretch pass. One last ditch effort from Germany. Over the line, Draisaitl, no, call it back. And Germany showing their frustrations now as Sotniks involved with Aelitz, Cahoon, Draisaitl, all not enjoying the way this has gone for Germany.
It spills into the end boards and 2, 3, 4, 5 rows deep, right to the top. The Latvians cheering, standing, the drums in the background, the flags waving. What a gutsy effort by this team, going scoreless till near the end of the second period. Latvia gets on the board, and then early in the third as well, 15 seconds in to make it 2-0. Have not looked back. Germany gets one, but they won't get any more. Latvia's going to get serenaded out of this game.
Time pouring off, and Latvia has done it. Points in 3 straight games thanks to a 3-1 win over Germany.
Third win for them in the tourney, and they cannot be denied in Group B.
Latvia celebrates as they find a big victory over Team Germany. 3-1 the final from Herne.
In just a few seconds, we'll announce the best players from each team. Don't forget to get your tickets for the next game. Tickets can be bought at Ticketmaster. Germany at the fan zone or at Ticketmaster.dk. At 4:15 today, Team Denmark plays against Team Korea. At 8:15, Team Canada plays against Team Finland. The best players from each team will be awarded with the official watch by Tissot, official timekeeper of the 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by, for Team Germany, Franz Reindl, IIH Council, member and president of the German Ice Hockey Association. The best player for Team Germany, number 72, Dominic Cahoon. General Secretary of the Latvian Ice Hockey Federation. And the best player for Team Latvia, number 18, Rodrigo Apples. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Latvia. today. Don't forget to visit the IIHF merchandise tent in the fan zone. We kindly ask you to remember all your belongings when you leave the arena and look forward to welcoming you again.
Such a great victory for you guys over Germany. How does it feel right now?
It feels amazing, especially because last year we lost against them, and let's say that this game it was like kind of special game for us, and we wanted to win, and that's what we did.
You have such a unique vantage point where you are on the ice to be able to see the talent unfold in front of you. Were you impressed with the level of skill today?
Well, there was really a lot of traffic in front of my net, so my defensive guys they cleaned it good, and we did a good job defensively, and yeah, like I said even before, my guys they blocked the shots today, so I'm really thankful for them, and we have to keep going on the same way.
You guys call a timeout in that final minute there. How tense was it in those dying seconds, just knowing that Germany was trying to push on?
I knew that they're gonna come right away from right in the start of the third period, so the end was really tough because I knew that they're gonna do everything to score, and it was tough. But in the end, we won, so that's good. And, now we're gonna move over.
It's a known fact, of course, that your end goal is to make it to the NHL. What's the impression that you're trying to leave in this tournament?
I'm playing my game. I'm trying to enjoy hockey, play my game, play my last games of the season, and then I want to go to vacation. About the NHL, that's my agent's work, so they're gonna have to work. I hope they're gonna work good, and then we're gonna see it.
Denmark has a big game right after you guys. Of course, you guys will likely be battling for that fourth spot in the group. Will you be paying attention to that at all?
Now you're asking me too much because I'm goalie. I had just to stop the puck, so I gotta think about myself. Now I finished for today. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna switch off, and I'm gonna prepare for my next game.
Okay, enough questions. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much.
This was such a crucial game for you guys in order to keep your quarterfinals hopes alive. Disappointing to be able to lose this one today?
Yeah, very. I think we played our best game so far this tournament. We had a lot of pace to our game, created quite a bit of chances, but didn't end up scoring, and they got the lucky bounces and put them in. So at the end, I think we gave that game away.
They came out physical, clogged the neutral zone. Was that the type of game that you were expecting from them?
Yeah, I mean, we know the style they play. Once they get a chance, they roll around and use their skill to create chances. But I think for the most part, we did a good job crossing the neutral zone and getting the puck deep and forechecking them. But it wasn't enough.
Leon Draisaitl serves a 2 and a 10. Did that change the dynamic of the game, just knowing that you guys had to adjust without him?
Well, that was a tough penalty. I'm not sure if that was a correct call, but nonetheless, I think we killed that off, and we kept our momentum for the most part. We just didn't end up scoring, and they took the lead.
2 more games remaining on this schedule, so how do you approach these 2 games left?
The next 2 teams are pretty good. They're obviously the favorites, so we go in there just to try to play our game, keep working our game, and have fun.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Szkoda. Simply clever.